Welcome back. We know Milwaukee isn't perfect, but once upon a time, it was quite rough and rowdy.
Yance Marti is a local historian and founder of oldmilwaukee.net. He's written about the Cream City of yesteryear in this new book just released today. It's called Wicked Milwaukee, and we are pleased to welcome Yance to the Morning Blend to chat all about this. We got this theme going today, you know, with the cake that was kind of scary and the wizards and warriors, so it's great to see you. And a fascinating part about Milwaukee's history. Why did you decide to highlight some of these themes?
Thank you for having me. I just decided to write a book. I had a request to write a book about the wicked Milwaukee. And obviously Milwaukee has a pretty good wicked history, and I was able to find a lot of really good stories to include in this book.
And what do you define wicked as?
Wicked,
how naughty are we getting?
Yeah.
well, it's not evil, so we want to make sure that people don't understand it's not evil, but it's people that were a little bit outside the bounds of what's considered moral.
Maybe the people your parents warned you about to stay away from?
Exactly, yes.
So you devote 3 chapters about alcohol, right?
Right. There is one chapter about the whiskey ring that happened in the mid to late 1870s. There is a chapter on wine rooms, concert halls, stall saloons, and there's also another chapter about speakeasies.
Were a lot of these things prominent during the Prohibition era?
Speakeasies, definitely. That was kind of the height of the problem with them, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This has to be chock full of stories. Like, what is one of your very favorite stories that you just couldn't wait to share with everyone? You were like, people don't know this happened here. They have to know this.
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting. There's a lot of funny stories that happened in the police court. And during the early part of the 20th century, there was a lot of reporters that covered the police court beat. And there was always something interesting that was happening there with either drunks or minor crimes. So there was a lot of interesting stories with that.
A lot of gangs, street gangs, and some dangerous neighborhoods too. Thefts, assaults. I think people think that's more of a modern day thing, but it happened a long time ago too. Yeah,
prior to about 1911, there was a couple different street gangs happening in Milwaukee. The Bloody 64s, there was also the Teutonia Indians, and they weren't really as dangerous, but they were eventually involved with some shootings, and that's why they ended up folding.
Okay.
Like, truth is stranger than fiction. You must, uncover all of these stories and go, if I wrote this in a book and called it fiction, nobody would believe it. Right. So there must just be some really rich stories in there. Yeah,
there are, and I put together 10 different chapters to describe a lot of the different types of activities that happen.
Interesting.
I was like, they're enough that you can categorize them.
Exactly, yes.
One of the things you write about too is the 6th Ward and gambling operations there. A lot of people are familiar with the 3rd Ward, 5th Ward. I don't think I know anything about the 6th Ward.
Yeah, the 6th Ward is just a little bit northwest of downtown. Most of the activities happen along 6th Street from Valete to about Walnut. So there was a lot of gambling activities that were in what's called smoke shops. So that was something that was kind of interesting that I found out about.
Playing cards? It was gambling with cards?
It was actually what's called policy gambling. It's almost like Powerball.
Oh, okay.
Where you'd pick numbers and then somebody would find the numbers and award the winner the big prize.
Wow.
And I love studying history because the more things change, the more they stay the same. The old line of you need to study history in order to not repeat it.
Right.
Interesting what these themes are, that we still have Powerball and we still, of course, have speakeasies and fun, and crime will always exist, but just in the flavorful ways that you found it existed in the past. Are you a born and bred Milwaukeean?
Yes, for the most part.
So you're sharing some Milwaukee pride.
Exactly.
And what excites you about history? What got you into this?
Well, it's kind of like what you say. It's a lot of the same stories that we're dealing with today, and it's just you look at it in a different way after you learn how they handled things back in the past.
So cool. Your book's released today. You've got to be excited.
Yes,
have you written other books before about Milwaukee's history?
Yes, in 2011 I put together Missing Milwaukee. That was for the first Doors Open that happened. That chronicled some of the old buildings that no longer remained, and it shows the photographs of those buildings prior to their demolition.
That's cool. This is a lot different than that.
I
would say. Released today. It's available in local bookstores, retailers, and Amazon. You got a talk and sign. We want to mention this one that's happening Monday, November 5th at 6 p.m. It's at Historic Milwaukee on East Michigan Street. You can go to oldmilwaukee.net to find out more. But you also have a signing on the 31st on Halloween, right?
Correct.
And where is that signing?
That's going to be at the Brew City Museum in the Grand Avenue Mall.
What time, do you know?
I believe it's at 6 o'clock.
Okay. People can check your website to find out more. Great
Yes.
to meet you.
Thank
you
you
so much. We appreciate it.